durstigen Schweinen Wasser geben und so. Ich meine, wozu? Die sind noch 2-3 Stunden später eh tot, oder? Ich meine, hätte sie diesen Transporter geöffnet, ja, und die Viecher da rausgeholt, hätte ich gesagt, okay, die Frau ist vielleicht verrückt, die ist kriminell, aber sie hatte meinen Respekt. Aber durstigen Schweinen Wasser geben, ich bitte Sie. Das ist genauso lächerlich wie das mit den Bienen, da kann ich einfach nur drüber lachen.
Ja, danke.
So I am delighted to have actor Martin Timmy Haberger here with us from The All Is One, which is actually nominated for Best Feature Film. So congratulations.
I'm happy to be here. Greetings to everybody out there.
To start things off, I just want to ask, how did you get involved in this project?
It is a completely independent movie, which was part of a workshop. We shot it during lockdown time, during Corona times. So lots of actors in Germany were hanging around, having nothing to do. And this Toby Holzinger, our producer, had the idea. So we all teamed up. It was a ride. It was a ride.
I'm curious, what was the audition process like coming into this film?
Well, sort of what we do now. We had lots of Zoom conferences and where we talked about the script, we talked about the scenes, and we had castings for the roles also via Skype, via Zoom, and we did e-castings, and the director then chose from the material that he had. And it was, as an actor, it was challenging because we never met. So the chemistry that's usually on set, that you sort of get to know the other person and you sit around and talk and maybe get a chance to rehearse. We didn't really have that. So we did a lot of that in Zoom conferences, which is okay. But it's when you then actually do the scene and you really have no time for rehearsals. It's kind of like, okay, but there was no time to really explain or talk about the scene or what does this character want. We had to really be extremely well prepared, and each of us created their roles, and they're all roles actually. They all have a history, they all have a story, they all have a background. So we did all that for ourselves, and then we met for 3 hours. And then from the 3 hours we had like 10 to 15 minutes, the usual thing, we have to 10 to 15 minutes per shot. It was fun. It was challenging. It was a time we had long days, and if you have to wait outside, it was fun.
Can you share with us a little bit what you wrote for your character, this police?
Yeah, of course. My story is divorced, educating my kids, bringing them up by myself, and living in this God forbidden little small town somewhere in Germany. There's one little bit which is kind of a little giveaway when I'm interviewing this woman in front of her house, and in the end she asked me coffee, and I sort of go, oops. And well, this lady is a lonely lady, and it's a small town. What do I do as a cop? Small town. I go to all these festivals, festivities.
I think one of my favorite moments is when your character gets a phone call and you found out that your mom's dog has passed away. Sorry, spoiler alert for everyone. But was that part of your own writing of the character? Was that originally part of the script?
Well, yes, Sam, actually, he's sleeping. Is our dog. We have
real.
Canadian White Shepherd. I don't know why I came up with this. It just seemed appropriate in that moment. I was really, truly, truly bored with all that talking that was hitting me. So I said, I need something that to show that he's not just, just listening and to create like a personal moment.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely hones in on the ethical conundrums everyone's discussing. So I thought it was a great moment. And with that, obviously this film talks a lot about animal rights and the animal rights movement. And in itself, it's a response to the German Animal Welfare Act turning 50 years old in 2022. How do you feel this film responds to the German Animal Welfare Act?
Hila, the author, is vegan. She's a journalist and writer of nonfiction. And obviously her point of view is for the animal rights. And we did a lot of talking during the pre-preparations to the movie. And of course, it was a spectrum of society. So you have people who said, I want my sausage and I want my steak and I still eat hamburgers. And then yet there was quite a few people who were pretty aware of the whole situation and of animal rights here in Germany, which is at the moment quite a topic. The film is not supposed to, or at least as far as I'm concerned, was not supposed to make a definite standpoint, just provide information and to invite people to come up with their own decisions. Now, all this information, and it's quite a lot of information that you receive when you watch the movie, is there for everybody and it's available. So it's nothing new. When it comes with this intensity, it gets kind of like, probably there are some people who will say, oh, I'm not going to eat meat anymore. So it was a decision also not to use a visual of the slaughterhouse and all that. It's an invitation to start to think about your own behavior and your own ideas about animal welfare. It's not educational in that sense or influential. It's not supposed to influence people not to eat meat. And it's not supposed to ignore the animal rights. It's sort of like this is what you should think about, or maybe you should think about and come up with your own conclusions. Of course, what the intention of the director was in the end to make it not a heavy satire, but to have a film which has a twinkle in the eye and says, okay, this is not, don't take it too serious, but don't stop thinking about the whole thing. It's not dry, educational, and how can you say that? Like a strong moral upper position. We didn't want that. We had the discussions. Of course, there was a fraction of the colleagues that said, no, we have to. And I've been vegan for like 5 years. And it's very so we did have all these discussions, but everybody, I mean, the whole society, at least in Germany, is talking about that. As a family, it's, especially if you're bringing up kids, just very, very normal in a way, what I consider normal, is it's not a topic. So we're not vegan, we're not vegetarian, but we reduced meat, definitely. I have 4 sons, and the youngest is a salami kid. He's nothing but salami, so we're trying to sort of cheek in occasionally the vegan salami, but he didn't like that.
Because it was COVID and, you have to stay apart from each other to block. How did you get those beautiful, subtle scenes between each other, telegraphing information back and forth? And if you could mention her name, please. Anna
Pfingsten. And she's a lovely colleague. Basically, we were testing every day on set. So we were basically secure about us. And we used some time during the shootings that when we weren't on, we were talking about the scenes and stuff.
Tell our audience, please, a little bit about your history as an actor.
I'm basically more or less theater actor, and I do straight plays, musicals, everything that comes up. Did Hamlet, did Alan Turing in Breaking the Code. I don't know whether you guys know the show. And musicals, West Side Story, Jesus Christ Superstar. Got too much.
And do you prefer to stay on the live stage for the immediate response back from the audience, or do you like the slowness of film?
I love film work. I really, 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 it is the technical aspect of it.
I know all you vegans out there are so happy. I know you're super happy. Martin, what have you learned about yourself through the making of this film?
That I should do more movies. Now, basically, it's the awareness of food has changed, of course. Like what I said before, that the family here is trying to change or to reduce, or not trying, but we reduced the meat. But as spontaneous as my answer was, that's the truth, because I really appreciated being able to do that role.